When I first bought the Aeon Pro, I thought that it was about as compact as you could get for what I see now as a first party on store shelves or online brand blaster that could deliver the hits of upwards of 150 FPS with half darts. Since then, however, I did expand upon my blaster, painting it blue, giving it a new name, making it pump action. It would take, your half dart magazines, both the default one that it came with, as well as Talon magazines, and honestly, it is really sweet, really loud, packs a punch. But with this thing essentially losing a bit more of its compact form factor as it has before, I decided to look for a new option that could be as reliable, quality, and deliver the hits almost as much, if as much or more, as my Aeon Pro. Thankfully, Dart Zone had an answer for that in the form of the Mark II. A powerful little Springer package, internal fed magazines. When you get it, it comes with a holster, it comes with a speed loader holster, comes with the speed loaders, which of course you can just slide in there, push down your darts, remove it, and whoop, deliver the hits. Now then, the thing about me is that I am big. I can assure you that I am big if you see me on the battlefield. However, that does not equate to strength. When the Aeon Pro came out and I used it for my first Nerf war, completely stock, with half darts, I struggled to prime it back and prime it forward with the top prime that it had. One of my gripes was obviously the slop, which allowed it to fire both half and full length darts, but at the cost of course, being able to prime it incorrectly, or just, flat out double feed anything and getting it crammed into the barrel. So, thankfully with the pump kit like this, with pump action in general, it removed that gripe. However, it also removed the key aspect of the Aeon Pro, which is that it'd be small, compact, top prime among other things. I assumed that because of the fact that the Dart Zone Pro Mark II had that same top prime factor, that it'd be a similar issue with this guy. However, I am thankful to announce that it is not. The smaller size, the smaller grip that allows me to put my entire hand and finger even wrapping around it, as you can see right here, allows it to become a lot more easier to prime and rattle off shots compared to the Aeon Pro, which had a big beefy grip with a bit too much of smooth plastics. It was mainly a flat top with a little sightline bumped up here in the back. Whereas with the Dart Zone Pro Mark II, a lot of riveting, not as high of an iron sight, rear sights in the back, but just enough to just give you extra reassurance when pulling it back, being ready to fire. Now, as you notice right there, I was able to deprime this blaster because I have opened it up and modified it. The inside of your dart blaster, when it comes to the Mark II, there will be two areas where the locks are found. First will be in a transparent piece that would be up here, nested within the top prime, which would of course prevent you from being able to pull, once you would prime it, it would prevent you from being able to slide it back and forward again at will. So by removing that piece, literally by just unscrewing the priming grip and just pulling it off the metal rod, I can now deprime the blaster that way. And for those of you like me or anyone else who likes to just fidget with things, spin something, activate it without having any real effect other than the satisfaction of doing so, there was also an invisible trigger lock in this area down here with transparent plastic. By simply unscrewing the two screw clips that were in there, I was able to remove that trigger lock, and now, in safety, it will still refuse to fire, especially if I had it primed or holstered it walking around. But in firing mode, not only could I fire, but I could also just put it with the trigger as I will. Now, one of the biggest issues that people have found with the Dart Zone Pro Mark II was that the seal was not at its best. When it came to things like the bamboo darts, you'd be getting good 130s, 150s. However, with any other dart type, such as Walmart's Adventure Force Pro darts, you would be getting drastic changes in numbers, and don't even get me started on worker darts. Those things go everywhere. So essentially, you know, I'm pretty sure we all know him in the Nerf community, Bradley Phillips. He found out one of the simplest solutions, which I have put into this guy. Essentially just Teflon taping under the O-rings. Both the O-rings of the plunger tube and the plunger rod itself, which is oval shaped, as well as the O-ring that would nest inside here that would end up sealing the breach. This would allow a lot more consistent performance when using. Shot too early there. Trigger happy guy, I know. But yes, this would allow a lot more tighter of an air seal to just push the darts out, no matter which brand you were using. I don't own any worker darts as I don't have much confidence in them. I've seen and have experienced issues of them just ripping their heads off the moment you like use a single dart twice, which is why I stick to using the bamboos that this guy came with, as well as the Walmart AFP Pro. AFP Pro, wow. As well as, of course, the Walmart brand darts. And sure enough, great performance out of this. Hitting upwards of like 140, 150 now instead of the wide area of like 100 through 150. Overall though, I do enjoy this blaster. I love the holster. I'm thankful that there's a muzzle piece on there. When it comes to backyard field testing, which I'll show you in a moment, I love the compact form factor that it is. However, as people have stated over and over, singing the same song, it is a liability when you take this out onto a public park for target practice there or playing with friends. Because at a distance, this guy does look real steel-like. So I'm thankful that Dart Zone does include a big orange muzzle piece that I do not have on hand on moment, which will of course cover up and add a lot more orange and bulk to this guy. It's just really amazing how far we've gone. From Dart Zone announcing the Mark I, you know, the limited time release in 2019, I believe, all the way up to something as small as this, and that with enough Teflon tape and just unscrewing a few locks becomes something that is super powerful. It's such a small package. You know, Nerf, Busby, all other companies have been working with small revolver type pistols like the Strong Arm, among other things, for years now, a decade already. You know, the Maverick, we all love the Maverick. However, when it came to modifying those blasters, you know, the highest points that we could get probably reach it up to 120, 130 with half darts, but at the cost of, like, I don't know, dropping, you know, however much money it was for either thrifting one or buying it out of the box, and then slapping on another $50 to $70 for the mod kit springs or 3D printing your parts. Now, in this time, you know, we're spoiled nerfers at this point. You could just drop the $80 plus, you know, $10 shipping at most, and get this guy delivered right to our doors with just a bit of Teflon tape and just removing a few locks. It becomes something that will outdo almost any Strong Arm, Maverick, Reflex 6 that I've seen on the field as of now. That being said though, taking this guy outside, we're going to see how well the delivery of the hits are. With more power, it doesn't mean more accuracy. From the range that I shoot from, there's like a 30-foot distance between me and the targets, so you might see more accurate shots from that distance than you would at around 50, but I'm pretty sure that people are already printing up or coming up with scar barrels to add on to the accuracy, or figuring out which barrels they could add rifling to and really increase the pinpoint accuracy of such a valuable sidearm. And at this point, shoot, I wouldn't mind running a pistol around with this. Everyone else caliber and talon claws, and I'd be running around with this guy. Pretty sure that with enough well-paced shots and just being able to quickly top off the clip and speed load, I'd be able to deliver the hits with as much deadly tagging force and prowess as the other big-time players. Alright, enough chit-chat in here. Let's take it outside and see what it can do.
Alright everyone, from my perspective, I did move outside to a different area of the field where I would shoot, because right now my backyard is being occupied. But from here to the target, there is about a 20-foot distance, 25 maybe. I can't really go that much further out onto the actual asphalt, so it'll be from this distance. At this point, it's all just focused on my accuracy, whether or not I can aim. The blaster will take on the precision part. I just need to get my accuracy right. starting off, we will do the included bamboo darts. I do have them loaded up, ready to roll. I'll just throw this in my pocket. Alright, we're out of those. I have a second speed loader with the Adventure Force Pro darts this time. There is still the issue of them not all loading correctly if you do it too fast or at an awkward angle at times. So just keep in mind when you are using the Walmart brand darts compared to the bamboo straight out of the dart zone. Alright, so there you go. A lot of the darts, they would have flown further, upwards of like a trailer in the far back of this place, but from where we're standing, thankfully they're a lot more easier to pick up as they're right here. So yeah, that will do it for the Dart Zone Pro Mark II. An amazing blaster, amazing functionality, ease of use, you know. Even like 15-year-olds, 12-year-olds would be able to prime this thing and fire. Alright, so that's been Spartan here, giving you an overview and demonstration of the Mark II. I'll definitely be carrying it with me for places like future SW and Sea Wars, as well as Foam Pro Tour, alongside Blue the New, my Aeon Pro. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.